Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This video has to do with Chinese scientific achievements, or at least planned achievements. And that is, they are trying to or plan on building a moon station within 5 years. And I don't know what's gonna come after they build the moon station. I don't know if they're gonna be robots staying over there or gonna be humans going over there. Nevertheless, I think for humans that would be fantastic achievement. The only problem I have is not with the Chinese, which I applaud, but with us. It seems like we lost direction because the Chinese will do that. We are, in the meantime, interested in other kind of achievements, more anatomical achievements, if you know what I mean. I am okay with people, flagellating, doing whatever they want to do. But I don't like to be mandated to see that as a normal thing. Now, we have a problem there. Or let's say I clearly see that these are eyeglasses, spectacles, and I don't want someone to impose to me the idea that these are actually bicycles. And if I don't see them as bicycles, as they would impose that version of reality on me, negative repercussions will occur. I know, losing my job and other things. So while we are very busy here trying to find, how should I put it, perfect society of equity, diversity and inclusion, the Chinese will have their scientists work on scientific things. Now, let me read you this article and then I will tell you about what this reminds me of. So, this article comes from Business Insider. It is from 13th of April 2023. China could start building a moon base with lunar soil bricks in 5 years, amid NASA fears of a moon territory dispute. Well, your fears should be, why don't you just create something? Why don't you hire people based on abilities and not on other things, if you know what I mean? China could be ready to start building its lunar base within 5 years, scientists say. China has made major strides in space exploration. Good for them. Recently launching its own crewed space station. Does the United States have a crewed space station? Or do they still use the so-called International Space Station, which used to be Russian or Soviet? NASA chief previously said China may try to claim resource-rich areas of the moon if it gets there first. You are a NASA chief. You're not a political or military guy. Why do you care? You should not even care about this right here. All you should care is create, invent, innovate, and send people to the moon or whatever. This is not important to you. That's something that's economics here. Or strategic. It's not your business. But anyway, if you associate NASA with the Pentagon a little bit, yes. Or with banking system, yes. And resources, or how do you call it, energy companies, yes. So, China wants to begin building a base on the moon. Good. With the help of lunar soil within 5 years. Okay, that's good. The news comes just months after NASA Administrator Bill Nelson warned that China may want to claim resource-rich area of the moon. Let's see here. Maybe we can see. Here is this Bill Nelson. Okay? All right. Good for you. Now, this piece of news, as I said, I applaud the Chinese and I hope that the Americans will use their ingenuity and imagination to invent and create stuff by using, the scientific method and all that. Now, this reminds me of a movie. It's called, and I referred that movie to you guys on a few occasions already in my previous videos. And the movie is called Idiocracy. It's a 2006 science fiction comedy. And let me show you just so you cannot miss it. Here it is. This is the movie Idiocracy. You might find this in a different way. All right. Anyway, this was directed by Mike Judge, the one who is in charge of Beavis and Butthead. Okay, now don't discard this as being dumb, because yes, it's very simplistic, so even tards can get it. But look deeper and look at the signals the movie gives you, or at least the images, the idea, and you're gonna see those signals in our society, and not only the signals, the direction. So a particular scene in the movie reminds me of this thing when the Chinese are preoccupied with doing that on the moon, and we are preoccupied in other change of other things. You know what I mean? Is this? So it's about a guy who gets frozen for a military experiment, and he gets forgotten by the scientists, because the society in the meantime gets dumber and dumber by, the movie goes on to say and show, the extreme multiplication of certain kind of strata of the society more than another strata. So you're going to have a lot of these guys that are going to get the power, like kind of in our democracy where you have Biden, Lindsey Graham, Kamala Harris, and other, you know what I mean. So this guy gets unfrozen after about 100 years, and he finds a very stupid society. And this guy was an average IQ, was not a That's why they froze him. And then in the meantime, they show how the scientist, when he gets back to life after a year, 100 years or so, the scientists were preoccupied with the erection, the length of the erection, the duration of an orangutan. So that was an experiment on orangutan, so that could be used for humans. So our scientists in 100 years, that would be the great achievement of our scientists. That would be going to be the focus. Whereas the Chinese, we're going to try to put, I don't know, man on Mars or something, build, So that's what reminds me of when I read these kind of things. When I hear another country, at least trying to get to a point to advance, scientifically, whereas we seem to be interested in things like that, and that's sad. What can I say? I hope we don't get to that point, but I suspect that in about one generation, that's 30 years considered, that's how it's considered a generation, 30 years. In 30 years, I suspect that this society, United States of America, if it follows the direction, the trends, the signs we can see, gets to that point. And I don't know what's going to happen with smart people, which were outbred by not so smart people. Are they going to migrate somewhere, or are we just going to be just living like in the movie, or maybe someone else is going to take over us and we're going to become someone else's, female dog, if you know what I mean. We'll find out. I hope we don't. I mean, 30 years I won't be alive, so I don't plan on anyway. And if we get in that direction, you certainly won't see me around. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.